So it's been like almost a month since I've gotten the package because obviously there hasn't really been anything. I can't do most of our purchase. We can't do most of our purchases. So, oh, they really packed this. So, obviously we have the two new premium sets, Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the new Generation Heroes, as this is not straight. So I should probably actually be working on the written review, but I also it's just like I probably should have just wait until PowerRider Key. I actually received PowerRider Key set 03, but honestly, I might tag it along in the end, because yeah. So these two sets, I did see videos on. I don't think they're as bad. Oh yeah. See, I don't understand why they just never did this. These ones are more logical with how they're packed. But like these two sets aren't horrendous, obviously, as of what I've watched. I really like this method. It's a lot more convenient than like the open the flap thing. Well, it's still opening the flap, but like it makes more sense. And it's obviously a lot more sturdier. But I also just look back on what exactly is getting released in what order, because I needed to write that out for my schedule. Did not realize the Ultra Brothers were actually next month. I thought they were in September, but Gaia's actually in September. I thought he was in November. So yeah, so that's actually good on my part, because then, like, I can just pre-record those videos and get them out right away and such. If obviously these two sets go together and such, which I do like, it makes sense to have Ginga be the representative for Volume 1 and then Taiga as the representative for Volume 2. I would have liked that they kept the consistency of the previous two, but then again, like, I get what they're going for and such. And the thing is that these sets, I mean, like, technically Tiga's still the only set that isn't premium, which is dumb, just because it's like, look, they probably wanted it to make it premium, but like they just probably didn't have enough resources, which is why Grigio and Astra don't have keys, is because there's not enough resources. And after listening to what these ones do, yeah, you guys put yourselves in the corner. But yeah, these keys definitely look interesting. So here we have the entire box. See, unlike the two Seikens, the Noroshi and Kaiji, I can actually display this one. So I really do like the Tri-Squatter together here. Then you randomly got X and G, then you got Z. And obviously with here, you got Rosso Blue, Grigio in the corner. Then you got Ginga and Victory, then you got Orb, and then Trigger. So I really do like how they, you know, got the entire new generation heroes together. Again, it just is unfortunate that Grigio doesn't have a key. But because it's like, they really didn't, again, when you see this, like, they really did not have to go the angle they went with these. I get it, but so here's set 1. Like, I think it is. Oh wow, that's actually cool. But at the same time, okay, so it seems like the background's based off of who's getting represented. So obviously, because Ginga is the main one for this set, it's going to be based off of him. But I was going to say is that it's kind of unfortunate that with these sets for now on, I don't know, maybe the Trigger Memorial sets will, but you know, we're not getting boxes based off of that series anymore. Unless, I don't know, Gaia could, but how did I deal with this with Zet? Didn't I just take off the tape? Oh no. But yeah, this says a lot. Like, obviously I'm not gonna harp on, like, I kind of did back, you know, when this was originally announced, but like, I don't know, I'm not gonna harp on like this set for, like, you know, having the phrases and such, that even though honestly it's just kind of unnecessary, because you know, it's just them trying to justify why it's premium. Also, Victory is orange, so they technically have an excuse as to why Grigio is not present. And so, yep, this is everything the keys do if you actually want to focus. So I think this is essentially everything they do within each mode. So like the, what, you know, the transformation, or like, I think BGM something mode, and then sound mode stuff. This is everything they do within the hypergun mode. And obviously all the attacks they do. And then the, when you hold the button down, I believe, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. And obviously surfers. The unfortunate thing is that my Tia and Zet boxes are on the ground right now because they have fell over. So that's kind of fun. And I can't, it's difficult to move them because, or pick them back up because of the fact that they're behind a huge bin that I need to actually start packing things in, just because, you know, I need to make room. Yeah, this set has a lot more weird color choices, but I do generally like how they split the sets up, because obviously they didn't want to like break up anyone. Because practically set 1 is like actually unified. Oh, I really like that. I really want to finish Taiga. But yeah, this is really beautiful. Again, this is practically the same thing, obviously just with different information, or just different text. Because, yep, Taiga's the representative there. And basically this set is more consistent with each other. Because technically it's Orb that's the outlier between one mode. Oh yeah, it does say New Generation Heroes. Oops, I'm not doing this correctly. I'm literally ripping this in half, which is not good. You know, like, I would have just preferred if the hyper keys were actually more conveniently packed. I understand that there's, you know, I understand they need to get the kids' attention somehow, but honestly, the Chinese boxes are so much more convenient. Because the thing is that I think for the Chinese versions, like, the sets are actually sold like this. Like, it's just, I have to give China some, like, factors within how they handle. Well, I mean, like, whenever, like, China or Korea actually does re-release these, their box is a lot more convenient. Like, you know, with X8, for example, all the gas jets were 2 packs and such, instead of just, you know, singular releases, to be more convenient to the seller or to the consumer. And like the full bottles too were also 2 packs. The ghost icons were just sold within 2 packs, just like the Beethoven and Nobunaga set. That set is still really random for a 2 pack. I don't understand why they didn't do that. Just didn't do that from the beginning. I forgot to show that. I forgot I can't do the backs of the packages anymore because of the fact I put on the slips. Alright. So what? This is U20 through U29. Alright. So, Ginga, I think it's a new shade of blue, because I think it's actually different from, yeah, it's, Zet is like slightly lighter, so this is a new shade of blue, which is neat. He is B023. we're just gonna go through each key individually, just for the ease of myself. I was actually playing with this thing yesterday. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why my Black Sparklense does that now. When you press it, it acts like it just holds. See, that's the interesting thing. Since this key, all the the inline transformations don't have the Ultraman announcement, so I wonder if Trigger's gonna have that, because technically that would mean the Z keys are going to be the only keys that don't do that. You know, new thing added with these ones, the color timer. Kind of sucks you can't have the BGM and color timer at the same time, but I think it's just because that's too much capacity for the hyper keys. Let's just do normal.
Ground mode. Hyper key mode.
Yeah. So the thing is that the thing I don't really get with these keys is that they exclude the trigger sound. You know, that's consistent with the old triggers keys and Zets keys. And then some of the obviously pre-programmed keys like Tiga, multi-type, Ultraman, and Zero. Even Dyna has it. So it's just really weird. I'm gonna exclude reboot just because. Well, even with the reboot, it is weird that he doesn't have it. But like, all of these keys don't have it, so the transition feels really harsh. What? I guess. We'll give Gingo the bow. Because, so, I'll go over it after. Like, I can definitely say with, like, these keys, like, the archive audio they use is, like, reasonable, just because they're only... Is that really how it is? Like, the archive audio they're using is, like, pretty reasonable for the most part, just because they're only using it for, like, attack names or, like, transformation callouts and such. They're not trying to add, like, mindless dialogue to the keys. And such. It's just so, and the thing too is that they're not trying to like just, you know, like the editing job is not like shoddy. Like it actually seems like there's like some effort, because it seems like the finishing attacks are not like, you know, directly pulling out the show like with the Ultra Replica Orb Ring. Like the hyper keys at least actually tried for the most part to like retain the full finisher. I know with some of Zet's finishers, they're like pretty short, but
Ultraman victory! Round mode.
all of these are the TV size. Titus and Fuma are the most confusing though. Just because of how they wanted to go with those ones.
Victorium! Ultraman victory!
What the heck? Okay, so I guess in this mode it's switched, which I guess makes sense. kind of wish with the Shepard saber they just had the phrase and then following with the attack instead of just having that like as another button press. But other than that, I think Victory is like one of the most solid sound wise because, you know, I'm not trying to pull things out of random stuff because I feel like Ginga is fine. It's just that like Ginga, they kind of just like pulled, like, you know, they did some of his like, you know, normal attacks like Ginga Cross Shoot, Ginga Cross Saber, Ginga Especially, but then like they were like, let's add Ginga Fireball and Ginga Thunderbolt because we don't know what else to fill in. And Ginga's not the worst offender. We will get to the worst offenders. Actually, I probably should have shown the color timer. But yeah, we'll go with
Vertical arms. Pulsey sword. Maximum boost up. Victory. Victorium. Sword finish.
so yeah, so far Victory's my favorite out of the set. And he is B028. Here we got Orb Origin. Again, like so far our keys are actually new because we don't have a gray key. So he is B022. How's he U-23?
Ultraman Orb. Orb Origin.
Kind of wish they had Orb Caliber sounds, but alright.
Ground mode. Ultraman Hold. Ginga no shikari ga ware o yobu.
See, why is it this toy actually has the color timer sound, but not the Ultra Replica Orb Ring?
Hyper key mode.
I don't get it. Like, because it's just like, you only get the color timer in the Kurenai Guy mode. But you can't just get the color timer by itself.
Ultraman Orb. Orb Origin.
Plus, I'm pretty sure the phrases within this one are from the Ultra Replica Orb Ring. How does that happen?
Supreme.
I thought that second one was water. Probably my least favorite loop.
Ultraman Orb Origin.
I think we get the phrases within the BGM mode. Yeah, that one's clearly from the orb. I'll compare. At least the grunts are new. Yeah, I'm actually surprised they added the Origin Coulson to this one. Just like straight up the Origin Coulson. But like other than that, yeah, again, another solid key for the most part.
Ultraman Orb Origin.
Yeah.
Supreme.
Yes, it's really cool that like when you hold it, it won't interrupt the current sound and such. But yeah, so basically with this mode, when you press the trigger, you get an additional phrase and such. But other than that, it's all the same. But yeah, I like this one a lot more than the entirety of the Ultra Repco Orb Ring. That's kind of sad.
Origin. Supreme. Sword finish.
China got to get Spacium's Aperion. I know I said I was going to compare. I don't know if that's really. I don't. How do you ask the? Do I actually need the card? I think so. Noroshi. So like, honestly, listening through it, I think it's only Orb Water Caliber they took the audio from. I haven't played with this in a while. Oops, I think I forgot to change. I literally have to sit through it. Why do I have to wait? Okay, wait, let's compare. This.
Ground mode.
I can't. I mean, this has the entire sequence. What is this version? That's how you get the color timer? What? What? What the heck? Wow. I didn't even know those sounds were there. And I watched Ultra Toy channel. Yeah, so I think I can kind of conclude that basically, for the most part, they did carry the sounds from this to this, but like actually use the actual sounds and not just relied on the show. Good on you, Hyperkey. We're just gonna bring the two of them together because it's like. So Rosso and blue. So it's just nice that you know, they put all of they technically didn't put all of 050 together, but like, you know, they got the main like ones within this one. B027, B024.
Ultraman Rosto, Flame. Ultraman Blue, Aqua. Ground mode. おいよりのレイヤー。的は火、グレンの炎。的は水、紺碧の海。
Rosso overpowers blue.
Hyper Key mode. Ultraman Rosto, Aqua. Flame.
See, like, you know, honestly, with the concept, obviously with this concept that you wanted to go with is like, oh, what if this user used the Gut Sparklense and such? But it's like, you guys should have done this with Zet. Like, I was asking for this for Zet, and now you do it with Trigger?
Ultraman Rosto, Flame.
It's so baffling. I understand why they wanted to exploit this.
Flame.
But, like, at the same time, though, it's like, I would have liked this for Zet, because I think it worked a lot better just because of the Axis card gimmick. But no, the only Axis card we didn't get was special.
Ultraman Rosto, Flame.
So I think this is our third red track, because obviously we previously had Ultraman 55th anniversary and Tiga Power Type. So yeah, like Rosso is solid for the most part. It's just like, I guess I'll get to it. Actually, I'll do both of them with them circle arms because I forgot I was covering both of them.
Ultraman Blue, Aqua. Aqua.
Oh, that one was short. Come on. See, I personally don't know what... I think that first attack is supposed to be like their simple, like... You know, the ability throws they do. Yeah, because I put it on the color timer. I do like that for the last one they have both of them because yeah, I do like that they added the hybrid shoot because I do like, for the most part, they actually, you know, they don't copy the same audio. They try to at least make, you know, whatever key who it is more defined. So obviously, like, with here, you will still hear Katsumi, but it's mostly Isami. So I really do like that.
Ultraman Blue, Aqua.
I think that's why I wanted to try to say it at the grunt.
Aqua.
Yeah, I get it. They want to have both because they are from the same series. Like, I get it that they want to give them both the same track because Rosso has verse 1, Blue has verse 2. I get it, but honestly, I would have preferred if we got Ready to Beat or something like that, or even the end. Like, I don't think the ending will actually work, but like Ready to Beat would have been cool. It just sucks we don't have that, or like even have their individual themes. Even though Blue's theme is now associated with Grigio, which is absolutely funny. Would have been cool to have Red closer and Blue spinning. But again, Blue, if we actually ever do get a Grigio key, she's most likely going to have either those versions. Red closer surprisingly hasn't even been used, which is upsetting. But
Vocal Arms. Power Claw. Maximum. Boot up. Rasta.
Like, the root keys, in my opinion, are kind of where these keys start being weird. Because I already alluded to it with, like, Ginga, but, like, I mean, with Ginga, it's kind of like, alright, I guess that's fine. He does mostly use Fireball and Thunderbolt. But with Rose and Blue, it really does feel like these two definitely do start. I think you definitely do start feeling like, alright, they're just trying to grasp things to, like, fill in slots. Because Rosso, for some reason, I'm fine with the Zero Twin shoot, I believe it's called. I forgot already. But, like, I'm fine with that one. It's cool that they actually added the Roop Slugger finishers. I don't think there's enough, though. I feel like they should have at least, like, it's weird that Isami has two, but Katsumi only has the one. Like, he doesn't even have the, I don't even remember what his is called. Twin, because I think all of his were, like, twin. Like, they, like, both of their finishers had, like, a certain word associated with either mode. So, like, all of Katsumi's had twin, and then I think all Isami's were, like, slasher. So it's cool that, like, you know, Isami got Galaxy Slasher. I don't think that's what it's called. But, like, honestly, I think Katsumi, they could have, like, included, like, Twin, Xanadium, Sonic. I think they could have at least included that one instead of Triple Origin Coulson. It's really, like, I get it. I get they needed to add that one, but it's weird that they only have that one for Isami. No, for Katsumi. I guess it's because he was the main one that used it. But didn't Isami use it once too? Like, so it's just weird. Like, I'm fine with, again, like I said, I'm fine with the hybrid shoot being in both, but, like, because I was expecting Twin Origin Coulson to also be in both, but instead we get Ground Smasher or whatever. We get a random crystal change finisher. Like, or Gravity Smasher, whatever it's called. Like, it's weird. But it's not as weird as what we're gonna get into now, because set 2 is where things just feel they're, like, lacking. But here we get X. So this is, like, I think I should probably state, obviously these two are obvious repeats of, like, bases we've had. So obviously with Trigger Multi, or Trigger Power Type, Tiga Power Type, jeez, and Zet Beta Smash. While Blue, I think, is supposed to be more of Alpha. No, Blue is actually darker. It's just, because I don't think it's supposed to be. It's definitely not Sky type, because this is obviously a lot darker. Even Zero was actually lighter. So you know what? Blue is actually a new shade. Unless I compare it to Alpha Edge. Well, I think I already did, but, like, because the thing is that Alpha Edge and Zero are still a tad bit different. Zero's still heavily lighter. But, okay, Blue, you actually have a new key. But obviously, X is just Reboot. Slightly. Reboot's more lighter. X is darker. I don't know why X keeps getting regulated as green. X and Jack, so poor of them. like they're just relegated to, like, weird colors. B030. I mean, we didn't even get to Fuma yet, but I don't know. It's just, like, I guess because, like, after Orb, they're like, well, X needs to be a different color. We can't have him as the same color as Victory. Oh my. What is with my button? always listen to this one. Guys, we finally have a toy that has X. Man, like, where has he been? Why has it just been Daichi? So I should probably state this. Obviously, this is a different track from Reboot because Reboot is B020. What the heck? Reboot has like a random color palette. Sorry. Yeah, again, I think X is solid for the most part, but I don't think they needed to add Ultimate Zadidoom. It doesn't make sense. That's a completely different form. It would have been cool. Like, I still want a toy that has X's transformation, but then his, like, grunt too. The Legend Henshin series is the closest one, but they had to use the one that was pre-programmed within the X divisor and not the one from the orb ring. Still waiting for the Ultra Replica X divisor, even though if that thing ends up as horrendous as the orb ring. Again, like, so like, besides Ultimate Xenodium's inclusion, like, this one's pretty solid. And, like, you know, like, I'm really glad that they didn't reuse any of, like, the newer audio with just Daichi. Because honestly, like, nothing against him, but it's just kind of like, you know, X is supposed to be about, you know, like, the whole point of X was, like, you know, the entire, like, bond between him, or like, X and Daichi, not just one or the other. But then again, you can say the same thing about Deno, but then obviously Deno kind of wrote out Ryutaro. But like, at least that's the thing. Deno at least wrote him out. This is B026. Like, Deno at least like found a way to like write out Ryutaro. And like any of the Ultra Galaxy fights, or like any like X's current appearances, there's just no reason why X is non-existent. Like, apparently we're supposed to fall. Apparently something happened to X after the Orb movie. But other than that, where the heck is X? Jean is like this nice magenta. Like, this is a really neat like base color.
Ultraman G Primitive Ground Mode じーっとしててもどうにもならねえ You go I go Here we go 決めるぜ覚悟
See, like, that's what I mean by victory. Like, how come like that couldn't be all together? Here they put it all together. That's not three different button presses. All Jeet's phrases are a weird blend because they essentially took his phrase, like, so they took obviously audio from the show but also from Zet. It's really obvious. So they obviously just took audio essentially they had from the Memorial edition of the Zet Riser. You know, I get it, but like, I don't know. Jeet is the most baffling for me with the phrases.
Ultraman G Primitive Wrecking
Oh wait, I could have done a comparison. How do all of these have better loops than Orb? Yep, the Taiga effect, Jeet is now considered purple, but I mean, I think that makes a lot more sense because of his relation with Belial, so... Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'll call that false alarm. I thought I was gonna say I thought I was hearing background music, but that was just Royal Mega Master's finisher.
としててもどうにもならねえ Ultraman G Primitive Hero Idol Here we go
Why do they need to add that entire sequence? Like, it's so unnecessary. He didn't do that with the Zet Riser. He at least adapted to that thing.
Wrecking
See, that's what I mean. Like, if they can literally have Riku say Jeed during the transformation, why can't we have X's X Rising? Come on! Like, or like honestly, I don't know why with Orb we have to do another button press for his like for what he typically says when you know.
Vocal R Maximum Boost Up Primitive Wrecking Claw Impact
Yeah, like Jeeds. I like what they did with it. It's just that again with Jeed, because it is just the one form, they were kind of just like, oh shoot, we need to try to figure out how to fill this key out. So like they add the fusion shower and the like Truth of Jeed, I think is the final attack, because I know it's the name of the opening, but Diffusion Shower, I don't believe he ever did that as primitive. I thought that was like, because obviously, like, it's still a G Claw attack, which I'm fine with. But, like, I'm pretty sure he's only done that as Acro Smasher. And then the Truth of G, I don't. It's a more baffling decision than Ultimate Xanadium, because like look, I get it, it's still technically primitive, but it's like you have all the other like it's just weird. But again, I'm glad they at least attempted to not just make like rip it straight from the show like that offender. That's the only thing I'm like giving compliments on. I'm just glad these are not directly ripping finishers from the show. Then I will be complaining a lot more. But they're literally using the sounds that have been established within the toys, because that's what they should do, not directly rip audio from the show. I hope the trigger set continues this. If it's literally another Ultra Repco Orb Ring, I'm gonna lose it. But then again, it, like the Zet set didn't. So here's Taiga. This is our now 5th red key. Which I mean it makes sense. I don't even think Taro is red. Wow, look at that. B027, U-27. Speaking of comparisons, I literally forgot. Obviously, here's Jeed and Belial. You can see the differences within purples. It would have been funny if they were both like M dash, like they're named the same numbering scheme, but they're not. Ginga's 20. So I know technically I should do all 3 of these at the same time, but I only got 2 hands. I feel so bad for Hiroyuki. He has never come back for anything in a while. we never got to see him or Haruki interact. We only saw Zet and Taiga, or Zet interact with the Tri Squad, but not like both hosts. Oh my god, this is the worst compression from the sets. Like, cause I never addressed it, but like, cause like all the other ones actually sound decent. This one's the worst one. Oh my gosh. I know I never finished the toy line, but like, again, like I still like Taiga's my favorite between like designs and such. I don't know, like I just really like Taiga. Obviously, that's going to get carried over with Taro. I was going to say Tika. Oh gosh. What you do to his transformation? Oh my gosh. Yeah. I really like what they did with Taiga. Yeah, I don't understand why they broke, or why Hiroyuki's phrases are put together. I think it would have made sense to have him, have the first phrase be before you insert the hyper key into the Sparklense. I don't get it. That's obviously the case. Obviously, all of Hiroyuki's phrases are carried over within the last 3, but like, that's kind of my only baffling thing about these ones. It's just like Hiroyuki's phrases. I think like they should have just done that one. I don't know. But other than that, I love the selection they did for Taiga. Even though, like, at first I was kind of thrown off because I was like, wait, why are there two Sturmium blasters? And that's just because, for some reason, I guess, I'm pretty sure when Taiga did the Origin Blaster, he did say it, but then they just picked the one from the first episode. Or they probably just did a genuine mistake and just used the same audio. But other than that, I don't know why I never thought of the fact that they just could have used the Ultra Accessory finishers. Because that's really cool. Now, like, I find it really weird with Taiga, they, like, stayed with the minimum 5 finishers and such. Because, honestly, I kind of wish they included a Plasma Zerolet finisher. Just because I feel like it's not really complete without that. Like, if you're gonna go through the effort, like, because Orb gets to have 6 finishers, so it's like, how come Taiga doesn't get a Plasma Zerolet finisher? I'm not asking for all of them. Like, it would have been cool if they had the one. Like, maybe the, like, Taiga Dynamite or something like that. Alright, so here's Titus. He's our first proper yellow Ultraman. So he is B029. Even though, like, I don't know, the yellow is really weird. It's not the gold from the Trigger and Zero. Or the Trigger and Z set, but...
Ultraman Titus. Ground mode. Body, go!
See, why is it separate in sound mode but not here?
Hyper key mode. Ultraman Titus.
Come on.
Planium.
Okay, so it seems like they all have the same standby.
Ultraman Titus.
Thank gosh that one wasn't, Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, it misread the key. But, like, thank gosh, the compression didn't get, Titus's, transformation. the heck? Okay. Honestly, I guess, like, to compare, obviously, they're Titus is more orange and such. But yeah, like Titus is like for the most part solid. I just don't understand why they added a Taiga tri-blade finisher. I guess Titus didn't have like he was one off from being perfect. But then they didn't have anything left, so they're like add a tri-blade finisher. Hopefully we get the actual proper color. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Yeah, this one is really tight. Yeah, no wonder why I misread. This one's tight. All right, so last but not least, we got Fuma, which this is the most baffling color choice. Who the heck thought Fuma was lime green? He's also B030, so this is our this set we are literally forced to have two of the same green keys. Cause it's like, look, I get it, like it's even a different shade of green? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Look, I get it's because of his secondary color, but like, please do not relegate Fuma to green. Like, come on. Like, these three almost looked perfect, but they had to make a traffic light. Like, they could have just done, like, this shade of blue, like Dinah. Come on, guys. Like, I get you need more green ultras, but this is not the way. Oh my gosh.
Ultraman Fuma. Round mode. Body.
Oops.
Go. Hyper key mode. Fuma. Body. Go. Hyper key mode.
I'm pretty sure all of these.
Round mode. Round mode. Hyper key mode. Hyper key mode.
Obviously, we did all three of them.
Round mode. Body. Go.
The fact that they're not all synced up is sad.
Hyper key mode. Ultraman Fuma.
Okay, I can actually hear the subtle difference of this one. See, this one's weird because this one you can tell they pulled straight from the show because you can hear Fuma at the beginning, and it's like, where's the consistency? If you're gonna do this with Fuma, why didn't you do it with X? Come on. You could have at least used a fade out, guys. Yeah, so like the fact that again, like Taiga and Fuma are like perfect. Like they don't have weird oddities, but Titus does. Like they're so close. And like surprisingly, like Fuma has like the shortest finishers between them all. Surprised they edited this one. Sorry, we're cutting before the wrap. But yeah, so see, this is the weird thing too. So like, Rosso and Blue get stuck with the opening, while the Tri Squad, only Taya gets stuck with the opening. These two get their character songs. So it's just like, again, there's no consistency. Like, I get it. There's no way of breaking up. Like, there's no way of breaking up Buddy Steady Go into 3 sections, because then you can't do verse 1, verse 2, and then like the bridge. I get that, but like, just give us more song options then. Like, this is why I'm kind of glad with like the Trigger set, because the Trigger set, we're getting BGM tracks, and then I think Trigger Truth is the one with the opening, which I would rather prefer. Like, I would have just preferred if these were just the BGM tracks rather than the opening, like trying to stick the openings to them, because then we get weird situations like this where he gets the opening, these two get character songs. It's like, it's just weird. And technically, Ginga and Victory don't even have the opening at all, because I think because of rights issues. So they get their like battle themes, but everyone else gets the opening And then these two get character songs. So it's just weird how it's sorted. It's just kind of why I would have just preferred if they went with like what Trigger's doing with just BGM tracks. Because honestly, I listen to those a lot more. Because especially with like... Especially, I mean, like Zet had great ones, but obviously we got the lyrical songs. And like these three also have fantastic BGM themes. And also, so then Orb Origin can actually get his proper one instead of just being a fade out. Let's...
Circle arms. Multi-sword. Maximum. Boots up. Taiga. Korea. Sword finish. Power claw. Maximum. Boots up. Titus. Korea. Claw impact. Sky arrow. Maximum. Boots up. Fuma. Light wave. Arrow strike.
I was gonna say, where did I put the tab for this one? But yeah. So that's kind of basically it for these two sets and such. I actually think... I don't remember if I was being harsh on the Zet set. If I was, I actually, obviously, after perceiving the Ultra Repco Orb Ring, obviously I want to take all of that back. Because these sets are definitely nowhere as bad as that one. Like, yeah, with the Zet, like, I mean, the Zet set had phrases pulled directly from the show. That's why I was more harping on that. But this one is like, yeah, they do the same thing. It's just that they're not trying to do, like, it's in a way that, like, obviously, I get it. It's because of the finishers, so it's just like, it's just kind of like a nice bonus to have those transformation callouts, essentially. But, like, you know, for the most part, like, I mean, they did this because, so then it's more in tradition with Reboot instead of, like, Tiga, Dyna, Zero, and Zet. And most likely, I don't think the Ultra Brothers are going to follow that pattern either. I think they're going to follow this pattern. But, like, I don't... Like, these sets aren't bad. They have... Again, there's, like, some weird, like, I guess, nitpicky inconsistencies. Like, I think that's just kind of most of my complaints. They're just nitpicks at the most part. Of just, like, okay, why does this Ultra get this finisher from this selection, while, like, why do these Ultras just are straightforward and such? Like, there's just a lot of inconsistencies, nitpicky inconsistencies I can pick out of this. But, like, overall, this is pretty neat. I don't know how much these actually retail for. Not retail. I don't remember how much they are. I think in the aftermarket, because you have to keep in mind each. I think at minimum these are like $50. This is $50 a set, because a hyper key is about $10. So I understand as to why they would just... I understand it would have been more beneficial if this was just one entire pack. But at the same time, though, I guess they really want to do that box. And, you know, I guess because they really did not want to sell these for $100. Because the Ultra Brothers is only like $80 or so. But, yeah, I guess, like, again, I think I've already stated, if I had to, like, bring up my favorite keys per set, um, I think Victory is my favorite for this volume 1, and then, like, Orb's, like, a secondary. Um, while with this set, it will be Taiga and Fuma. But I like the Tri Squad out of this set. And, like, most baffling, I honestly I don't have a most baffling for this set. It's just Jeed. Jeed's just the most baffling one for me and such. But anyways, I have to get working on the essentially the Dino Knight Red written review. Even though you guys already know it's not Dino Knight Red, but I really would hope if they, well, honestly, like, I would like more Gashapon premium sets, but we're not going to get any more. But, like, because as of now, the last set that we, or technically the only, the last key we know about is the Ultra Dual Sword key, which is just another Trigger Truth. But I really do hope Hyper Keys do continue, and because surprisingly, this set kind of actually reinvigorated my interest towards the hyper keys. Like, I'm not going to be as upset now, but, like, I'm still not going to pick up Decker. But, like, you know, personally, I would like for them to finish out the ultras, even though it's stupidly going to be under premium, because we really just need Nexus, Max, and Mebius. It's actually really weird that Mebius is not even included in the Ultra Brothers. Because it's just weird. So, like, maybe I can definitely see them putting Nexus, Max, Xenon, Mebius, and Hikari in a set. But then, like, I personally would want, obviously, a hyper key. I really want powered. But, like, you know, you can pair, because then that will technically mean, well, I mean, they're going to be like, well, Yulian doesn't have enough sounds. And then they're going to be like, well, like, I think they don't want to touch on, like, the ultras before Tiga, because there's not enough sounds that they can pull off from, because obviously they're not going to remake any sounds. But that's why I'm like, just make more Gashapon premium sets, or just make more traditional premium Guts Hyperkey sets that don't have the premium banner. Just make basic premium Bandai Hyperkey sets, please. Like, it's so weird. Tiga's the only one to not be under this banner, and I just realized Trigger's the only toy line so far. I only have the Bandai Namco banner on, because the the Black Sparklense also has that, because I obviously don't have Gifford Rex, and my Ryukono Geki is in the private warehouse. Obviously, I'm not going to bother within this video showing it off of this or the Ancient Sparklense. I'm going to have to dreadedly do that for the demos, because I have to show these associated tracks within those. But yeah, I'm just trying to, like, brainstorm, like, how much ultras are technically left, because again, it's just so weird that Gaia gets a premium set but not Dyna. Like, I honestly just hope Dyna's the next basic premium set, just for equality. I know, like, honestly, you could just do, they can just do Dyna Flash type, no, Dyna Strong type, Dyna Miracle type, and Gaia Supreme version. You can round it out like that. Like, Look, I'm not asking for him to milk out forms because that's just way too ambitious. Like, they already did that with Zet in, like, Tiga. I think that's enough. Like, Tiga, Zet, and Trigger, that's already enough forms. I'm not, like, because, like, oh my gosh, the crystal changes. And, like, again, if they start doing forms, we're going to get overlaps. And obviously, they're just not going to have much material for, like, if they. Well, there is going to be material, but with, like, Taiga, for example, I don't think Photon Earth has as much as, like. Well, then the thing, too, is that Tri-Stream, they already put Titus Burning Hammer in Titus. So. I think that's good enough. Honestly, actually, too, with not Decker, like what if they do a Dynaset, they can throw in Decker because that obviously would work. Like Decker is going to get treated like, uh, well, the thing is that they're either going to just make Decker a blank key and just make him play out the new hero, or they're actually going to put in Decker sounds. Oh my gosh! Speaking of Decker sounds, I had this as a tweet originally, but I haven't actually. I have it in my drafts, but like just when Decker had its showcase and such, like its press conference, they had the toy commercials playing, and I watched the one for the D Flasher. And, like, man, I can't like the Ultra D Flasher is like actually the first voice where I'm like, I can't stand this. Like, Ultraman Decker Flash type. Ultraman Z original. I'm doing like I'm actually like streamlining the voice. But like, why? Who decided to like have that voice for that thing? It's like Sevinger, Wyndham, Ultraman Zero. Oh my gosh, this is going to be hard watching the toy reviews. Oh yeah, then like Miracle Type is like Ultraman Decker, Miracle Type, Ultraman Decker, Flash Type, Strong Type, Ultraman Trigger, Multi Type. And the funny thing too, I think someone discovered is that the Decker barcodes for the cards, like obviously we already knew they're the same as the Decker driver. However, like, the thing is that Decker actually has like an extra bar compared to these. So basically that would mean these would not work within the Ultra D Flasher. However, obviously the Decker driver and such will be able to read the Ultra Dimension cards because of the fact they're not reading the top bar. So that's interesting. Because I was like, well, if I actually end up getting the Ultra Dual Sword, then I could technically use the Common Red cards and such, but I won't be able to because they added another bar, or they added another row. But well, that'll have to do with this opening. Can't believe the Ultra Brothers is next month. I think that's the only thing for me next month, because I don't know about anything else personally, because Striken should be getting his B Commander pretty soon. So yeah, that'll have to do this opening again. This is Power and all of you people. Bye.